I decided to make a video about Bill Maher because Bill Maher has been in the news of late because he gave $1 million to Obama's super PAC, and he said some really nasty things about Sarah Palin. And I have to say, I really don't like his language. But to be totally honest, I listen to the Real Time podcast because of the political debate, which I find fascinating. But his disdain for Christianity and his vocal atheism does bother me. But you know what bothers me more? Are the Christians who give him material. The Rick Santorums. I mean, he got under fire for criticizing Rick Santorum for homeschooling his children. I read about the homeschooling curriculum. A lot of it is young earth creationism, which totally goes against science. I'm more of an intelligent design guy. I'm more an old earth creationist. I believe that the human body, the human mind, the fact that our planet is just so, there has to be an intelligence behind that. Something can't come out of nothing. But that, I think, is not helpful for the Christian religion. Also, a lot of the books also have this linkage of God and country, that the United States is somehow a divinely for lack of a better word, inspired country, and kind of ignores the slaughter of Indians, glosses over slavery, ignores the sins of our country, and we ignore the sins of our country at our own peril. You saw this a couple of years ago in Texas. But the thing is, I want to read a couple of Bill Maher's quotes. Jesus is great. Is there a better role model? No, it's religion. It's the people who get in between, the bureaucracy, you know. It's the way people abuse Jesus. Was there ever a greater victim of name dropping? Jesus as a philosopher is wonderful. There's no greater role model in my view than Jesus Christ. It's just a shame that most of the people who follow him and call themselves Christian act nothing like him. I was just at the newly opened Creation Museum in Kentucky, and they have this exhibit of a giant dinosaur with a saddle on its back, because the world is only 5,000 years old, so man and dinosaurs had to coexist. And of course we rode them, a theory I found laughable at the age of 8 when I saw the Flintstones. One of the complaints leveled against me is, "Oh Bill, you're such a meanie. Why do you have to go after religion? It gives people comfort, it doesn't hurt anything." Okay, well, other than most wars, the Crusades, the Inquisition, 9/11, arranged marriages to minors, blowing up girls' schools, the suppression of women and homosexuals, fatwas, ethnic cleansing, honor rape, human sacrifice, burning witches, suicide bombings, condoning slavery, and the systematic blanking of children, there's a few little things I have a problem with. And the thing is, right-wing Christianity, I agree with him on. I agree that many Christians are the worst example of Christ and Christianity. I mean, you can't prove a negative. But I wonder if there wasn't this hypocrisy, if there wasn't this marriage between church and money, this church and power, the church that only believes that Jesus existed post-Calvary and ignores all of his teachings, would Bill Maher be an atheist? I mean, if there weren't Christians who take the Bible so rigidly literally, they lose the spirit of the Bible, would he be an atheist? Now, I don't know. I have atheist friends, and they said they would be atheist anyway. I mean, I've heard, and this kind of hurt me, because of Noah's flood, is that I can't believe in a God that throws temper tantrums. And I have to say I had a hard time answering that. I mean, it's the dichotomy of the God of the Old Testament and the God of the New Testament. But I do tell them how God has changed my life. How God has helped me through depression, helped me through anxiety. How I haven't had a serious suicide attempt since I was born again. And I used to think about suicide all the time. But even if he would still be an atheist, why do we give him material? I mean, on an episode of The Simpsons, guilty pleasure, Principal Skinner said, "Why do I keep giving him straight lines? Why do we keep giving atheists ammunition against the faith?" And I don't know if most atheists are atheists because of this disconnect, because they either believe that God is this God of money, this God of power, this God of hate, intolerance, bigotry, or if they just believe there can't be a God because of what his adherents do. I don't know if most people are like that. I know I was like that. I know I grew up Catholic, and I left the church after the sex scandal. I didn't join a Protestant church because I thought that, Rick Santorum is a Catholic, but I thought that Protestantism was Pat Robertson, Jerry Falwell, Sarah Palin. God showed me that's not true. God showed me there's a whole world of Christianity where love is key, where they follow Jesus' teachings instead of giving them lip service. I mean, I thank God so much that he opened my eyes. If Rick Santorum becomes president, that'd be the worst thing for the Christian faith. I dread how he would run the government. His laissez-faire economic policies that will hurt the poor, hurt the environment. People will say, see, that's why I'm an atheist. And atheists convert. And a lot of atheists will probably say, no, we don't convert. But you spread this view that Christianity, religion, is against reason. That religion is a superstition that does nothing but harm. And many people are losing that because of the right-wing conservatives. And I mean, Jesus even said as much in Matthew 23. Woe to you, teachers of the laws and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You shut the door of the kingdom in people's faces. You yourself do not enter, nor will you let those enter who are trying to. Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You travel over land and sea to win a single convert, but when you have succeeded, you make them twice the child of hell as you are. Atheists are those blocked at the door. And the fundamentalists are those that are made twice the children of hell. You would say, go on TV and radio to win a single convert. And I'm not like the Pharisee who says Thank God I'm not a fundamentalist. No, I mean, they are sinners just like atheists. I mean, the only difference is they are lost in this legalism, and they don't follow the true Jesus. Because Jesus was both the teacher, the rabbi, and the sacrificial lamb. He is both risen and walked the earth, preaching, teaching. If you only have one, you're missing the other. And there are some liberal churches that only have the teaching part. They're wrong too. So, I'm going to end this because it's getting kind of long. So I just have to ask you, why do you give Bill Maher material? Why do you give atheists ammunition against the faith? I mean, I wish every atheist could come to my church. I don't know if all of them would come to God, but I believe a good portion will. You show them the love of Christ. You show them how Christ transforms. You don't just say, you're a sinner. You don't want to go to hell, do you? You lie. You look lustfully at a woman. For them, Christianity is a get-out-of-jail-free card and a way to power. It is neither. God bless.